Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Faria Bukhari from Pakistan Islam Positive League. I'm here right now live at Karachi Press Club, and I'm here to protest against the plague of NROs that's afflicted our nation for the last many years, and that is causing a significant shutdown of an effective judicial accountability, as a result of which all the corrupt people are sitting outside of jail and all the innocents are sitting inside of jail. We have 60% of Pakistan living under the strata of poverty, and primarily because we lack an effective judicial system that can give effective punishments to the greedy, to the corrupt. We saw Nawaz Sharif, who is alleged as one of the most corrupt leaders of the world, and now he got proven in the Supreme Court as having committed corruption, going free, sitting outside in UK, getting the best of treatments on the money he looted from the Pakistani people. Then we are seeing Zardari being bailed out, sitting outside, enjoying the luxuries of a VIP room, all while rest of the Pakistan suffers from poverty at the hands of the corruption he committed during his tenure. Sindh has total shutdown of infrastructure. The other day, 3 children got killed because a wall fell over them in a school. They were playing on the side of the wall, and the wall fell down on them and they got killed. This was in Nagar Parker. And this wall had been notified to the authorities that it needed repair, but nobody did anything about it. And the result was the death of 3 children. We saw what happened during the HIV epidemic that happened at the hands of a licensed doctor who gave HIV to so many children in Larkana. We saw how in Thar Parker, during the tenure of Zardari and during the tenure of Nawaz and even during the tenure of Imran Khan, little children are dying from malnutrition because there's drought, there's lack of water, and kids do not have access to proper nutrition in the remote areas of Pakistan. We saw within Karachi that a man committed suicide because, why? Because his children were asking him to get him warm clothes. So this is where we are at as a nation. We are 60% below poverty line, and we have a system that caters to the tantrums of the corrupt, giving them political leverage to dictate their terms in the so-called accords called NROs that are dictated and facilitated by this system, and that result in total shutdown of Pakistan's justice system. We are not going to have a viable country. We are a failing state. Don't tell me that we are not a failing state, because this will be your denial. We are a failing state, and one of the biggest reasons for this failing state is a complete lack of an effective justice system where the rich can get away with anything, but the poor have to be indicted for even the most petty crime. So today I stand here in front of the Karachi Press Club, and I ask all the policy makers and the breakers of Pakistan that whom are they trying to help by facilitating these NROs for the badmashia, for the corrupt of Pakistan. They are not helping Pakistanis, they're not helping the poor of Pakistanis, but they're facilitating a culture of corruption. They're telling the corrupt that go ahead, you can continue to do corruption, you can continue to commit murders, you can continue to commit terrorism, you can get away with anything in this country as long as you're rich, as long as you're influential, as long as you have the label of a politician on your forehead. This is the message we have given to the rest of the world by giving these NROs that are unconstitutional, that are against the Pakistan's constitution, that are against the core ideology of Pakistan that was supposed to be based on equal justice for everybody, on the fact that nobody should be above the law, that even if it was Quaid-e-Azam's daughter, she would be indicted on the same lines as any other corrupt if she committed corruption. But here we are, where Maryam is portrayed as a hero, where Bilawal is portrayed as a hero, where for generations the Bhuttos have totally destroyed the infrastructure of Sindh. Here we are in this country. Sindh is destroyed by the Bhutto dynasty. They have killed the people over here. Who is going to account for the death of those 3 children who got killed from a wall in Nagapaka that should have been fixed by the government of Sindh? They were told to fix this wall of a school, of a government school. They neglected. I went to Seven Sharif yesterday and it was in dire conditions. We are lucky to have a Qalandar in Pakistan. How many Qalandars does this world have? We are lucky to have a Qalandar in Pakistan, and I was shamed to see the condition of Lal Shahbaz Qalandar's shrine. It was in such miserable conditions, and there was so much of poverty in his town of Sevan. There were so many poor people who were suffering. This is the sin I'm talking about. This is the sin that the Bhuttos gave us. And in spite of a total neglect of the masses, in spite of total embezzlement of so much of treasury, we see Zardari availing a VIP room in one of the best hospitals in Pakistan because he's allowed an NRO, because his whole family, including Faryal, is empowered, energized to come back to the Sindh Assembly and continue its acts of corruption and treason against the Constitution of Pakistan, against the masses of Pakistan. This is where we are at right now. 60% of us are below the poverty line. We are heading with a nosedive towards 100% Pakistan below the poverty line at this pace, because the system has this very bad habit of facilitating NROs to the rich, the wealthy, the influential. 99% of the media houses of Pakistan are talking about Shahbaz Sharif coming back as the Prime Minister, as the next Prime Minister. Do you have any idea what are the implications of making Shahbaz Sharif the next Prime Minister of Pakistan? Pakistan has lived through the nightmare of the governance of Nawaz Sharif, not one time, not 2 times, but 3 times. And we were still poor. We were still very much poor. These poverty figures, these human development indices, they were not bred overnight. They have culminated to this date because of the doings of what Nawaz did during his governance, what Zardari did during his governance. This is a plague of NROs that is being provided to these rich, powerful, influential, at the cost of my country, at the cost of the masses of my country. And it is my democratic right to question the credibility of those, to question the patriotism of those who facilitated this NRO.